VJ Pre and Sean Chambers said, "We will make FEU great again," but Mike Phillips said, "We are not going back." You're listening to another episode of the Quiver Podcast. Today, we're going to recap the win over FEU and preview that big 1 versus 2 matchup against UP on Sunday. We just have a small crew for now today. I think everyone else is still out celebrating. But thank you for joining us. I'm Kiko. Brian, say hi.
Hi everyone, thank you for
Yeah.
viewing and listening.
Very intimate today. Tayong dalawa lang for now, no? Okay. Sabihin mo sa girlfriend mo, wag mo na magselos. If that's okay. Sabihin mo. Okay. Brian, 58-53 win by the Archers. Let's talk about this scenario. Going to the game, we had 3 games left in the final, before the final 4, right? We had twice to beat already. FEU was a team fighting for their lives. LaSalle was a team who hadn't played for 10 days, and that showed really in this game. It was a close game towards the end. But I guess before we break down the game further, the biggest story of the game is KQ not being in the game down the stretch, right? What happened was Topex decided to stick to his lineup. It was Phillips, it was Raven Cortez, Josh David. Kiki was our main guy all season. Crunch moments, we get the ball to him. Last game, remember he said again during the last opponent, he said, "Magbakaw ka." Coach Topex told him. What did you make of that decision not to play KQ in crunch time?
That was interesting and at the same time nerve-wracking.
Yes, very nerve-wracking.
Iniisip ko siya, syempre interesting kasi we also want to see a different side to our team. We already know what we are capable of with Kevin on the court, but I think it's also a bold risk that paid off for Coach Topex and the coaching staff, deciding not to put Kevin until the last seconds of the game. And
Yeah,
we
last
can say
40
that the
seconds, right?
team,
That's when they came
yeah, we
in.
can say that the team, when he was still on the bench, overturned that deficit crucially for us. So parang it really showed that other players can cover for each other. And when Kevin is not in his usual element, it's so relieving to see players like Mike Phillips, Doy Dumo, Raven Cortez, uh, Josh David really filled the void whenever needed.
Yeah, on one part, right, Brian, it was good to see these other players step up. And we'll talk about Mike Phillips later and what kind of game he had earlier. But the likes of Sila Dung, everyone stepping up, giving them the confidence that in those last few minutes that even without KQ who carried us all season as really being one of the best college players or the best college player right now. That was a great, confidence booster for those players. But when I was counting, FEU was up when they made that run right in the third quarter. They were now up 5-6. We didn't score for really that first quarter of the fourth quarter. And I was saying like the 5th minute went by. The down to the 5-minute mark, 4-minute left mark, 3-minute left mark. I was kind of like, okay, where's KQ? I'm starting to get worried now. Did he get hurt? Did he do something wrong? Usually, all right. How about now, Tobax? Then they showed him he was at the end of the bench, right? I think you saw him there too, covering the game earlier, and there was nothing wrong with him, right? It was really a coach's
Yeah,
decision.
definitely.
Oo nga,
Parang
and I was,
antithesis siya nung nung NU game natin no first round, no? Remember that
yeah,
NU game in the first round?
yeah,
It similar texture of the game na it was a nail biter. We were chasing down NU, but KQ was at the forefront of that comeback. Whereas this time around, it was barely there, diba? So that was
oo nga. And
refreshing to see, I would think,
I, I,
diba?
I wanted to text you na, can you tap KQ behind said, pasok ka na. Pasok ka na, just
Oh,
checked in.
gayahin niya si Mike Phillips from last season, yung
He
voluntary
checked
sub.
himself in. Yeah.
But apparently, according to the press conferences from both Coach Topex and KQ, si Kevin mismo daw nagsabi na wag daw muna siya ipasok. So, that's also
Yeah.
something, let's just say a bit of accountability. Because I guess 9 times out of 10, players who tend to take over games, they would believe in themselves that they can take charge. But I guess Kevin also had faith in his teammates that they want them to succeed together as a group. Well,
Yeah.
so happened na wala siya, diba? So parang, but it doesn't mean na dahil wala siya, hindi na magsasucceed. So that's a good
Yeah.
sign, I guess.
That's a good sign that we could win without Kiku. Personally, if I was a coach Lopez, I would have, Kiku can affect the game in different ways. Diba? He can be a decoy, he can assist to his teammates. I'd have liked to have him there, but I guess in hindsight now, it paid off for us. We can win without
Yeah,
him.
it's so easy to speak now. But
Oo.
kung nakakita sa akin kanina sa Moa Arena, while
Oh,
watching, I was like, no, I was just
yeah.
holding my breath.
If we lost that game, I'm sure there will be a very different conversation about why didn't we put KQ in here.
Definitely,
But he was having a bad
definitely.
game. It wasn't a KQ game. He struggled from the field. He's barely made any field goals. He only finished with 8 points, diba? Which is by
Yeah.
KQ standards isn't much. I'm not sure, Brian, if he was tired from trick or treating, bringing the kid around, or he had to eat all the candy. Nakuha niya. Baka yun.
Oo.
Yung I'm not sure ano yung mga activities niya nung weekend, but Kiki had an off game, but we're still able to pull out the win. But in Topex, if you were in Topex shoes, would you have done the same thing? Would you have ridden these guys and say, I trust my guys to bring us back into the game? Or would you have like, okay,
Mm,
we're not joking around and to put KQ in?
I wouldn't really pretend like I wouldn't thought of putting in Kiambao at the 2-minute mark. Since
No, at least.
just to have that additional presence sa defense na FU to think about eh. But then if Kevin Kiambao was having a nightmare outing where he only converted 2 field goals out of 17 attempts, scored half of his
Yan.
points from the free throw line, then maybe yun nga, mas mingipin siguro yung offense natin when he wasn't around. Odd as that may sound, parang ganun na yung effect. Yeah, I wouldn't have done what Coach Topex did, so really hats off to him. Kasi it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
an easy gamble. Even if, let's say, people will keep on saying that Lasal already qualified for top 2, iba pa rin syempre if you are a championship caliber team taking every game seriously. And we can say naman na Lasal wasn't as complacent as maybe some other teams have already looked like at this point of the season. No, they're still there. It's if anything, we can always just put credit to how FEU played today. By the 40 minutes they played against Lasal, we can definitely say that they are a Final Four worthy team. Unfortunately for them, maybe they really just had too many losses in the first round. That's what made it harder now for them to book a spot in the Final Four. They're still in the running, but I think they would need a few results to go their way to make it.
Yeah, this was a do or die game for them in a way. Like every game counted. It's that log jam in the middle, right, for the final.
That
You
I'm
usually
so
say,
happy you were not a part of.
oh, exactly. Bahala kayo dyan, di ba? You guys figure it out. We're good in the twice to beat spot. So, yeah, they're there in the log jam tayo. Nakauwi na from Enchanted Kingdom. Sila nakapila pa rin
Yes.
sa log jam for that reference. Doon tayo sa Flying Fiesta. Umiikot doon.
We're enjoying at least for now before taking a roller coaster. I hope not, but maybe a roller
Exactly.
coaster.
I'm sure UP would not like to be the lag jam. Ayaw sila nababasa ng duduraan, di ba? So I'm sure they would avoid that. Uh,
Yeah.
but before we go to the game, the flow of the game, Brian, overall, we have to give our credit to Mike Phillips. Big performance from him. 17 points, right? How many rebounds did he have? He had like
15.
over 15 rebounds. And like you mentioned, 5 steals in the game. What impressed me was more
Yes.
than his offense. I know he made 2 big shots, which surprised me. I know it's not the most polished part of his game where he can post up a player, create his own shot, but he usually gets his up hustle points. But his defense, he was a one-man full court press. He can affect the backcourt and the front court. He gave us those. He had 5 steals. He said he had 2 big steals in the backcourt. He was leading that press. Even during Pumarian days, Brian, I don't remember sila Mark Telan or Don Aliado or Ferdinand or Walsh leading the press for us, diba? It's usually the guards. Eh. But no, he was there. He was pressing the point guard, getting steals, getting deflections. I think it's really a statement game for Mike Phillips. What are your thoughts on his performance today?
Today is a manifestation that Mike Phillips is really a gift to LaSalle basketball. Not just about this style of play, but also the character he brings on the court, the energy, and yung humility din yung siguro. I think may mga moments tayo na nakikita na Mike is overrun by emotion, but we
Yeah.
rarely have seen him get into fights or something. So parang tingin ko if there is a perfect image of LaSalle basketball, if i-market siya, definitely this is the guy you're looking for. May mga games si Mike Phillips this season na, as you've said, his offense is not present, but the energy is always there. And that's what people like about him. Alam mo yun, the guy that's willing to fight for loose balls, the guy that's willing to go for a challenge at as many shots as he can. And also the guy that dies for rebounds. Kung kaya niya kunin lahat ng rebounds, why not? I mean, obviously it's not going to be the case, but you expect him to put the effort day in and day out. So I think he is a good model for LaSalle football in the given those characteristics.
Yung he's really a cheat code because he can guard, diba, the other the foreign student athlete of the other team, diba? Like he matches up with them well, giving us that extra advantage. Yan yung say the hustle points he gives us. You're saying na kung may Fitbit siya, na-reach niya yung fitness goals sa first quarter pa lang with the hustle he does, diba?
Oh, bilog agad. Baka pag
Bilog
sa
agad.
panibagong Fitbit, pwede pa. Puno niya ulit.
He has one watch per quarter na lang, diba? But it's really, and I think he really showed why he's number 2 in that MVP race with all he contributes.
I think so. I would think so kung hindi man siya number 2, at least top 3 kasi diba nagfa-fluctuate siya every game.
And,
I don't have
and it was not an easy matchup against Mohamed Konate earlier. Not the Liverpool guy, the guy from FEU, diba? not the football guy. Thankfully, diba? Medyo mas mahirap na kalaban yon. Big game from him too, 14 points. But let's talk about this. Like we said earlier, FEU was a team, playing with their backs against the wall. They're really playing for survival, and they had a strong start. Do you think it was the rust that affected us? In that first quarter, we started slow. 10 days off, right? We had
could very well
and everything.
Because as we've touched on in our personal GCs, parang we were having games na magkakasunod siya in a small period, which was a week. We had 3 games in 1 week, and then we had a week's rest against Ateneo. So at that time, we were sharper compared to today. Even if it's a factor of rust, it's also seeing what FEU was willing to do. They knew our tendencies. They studied us well, I can say. You can see guys that who struggled in this game. Austria, Ramiro, Agonane, Golyena. Most of these guys can at least score a bucket or more per game. But today, they struggled to make a substantial impact on the court. Nonetheless, thankfully, we have a deep lineup kasi when we have guys who are struggling, Kevin Kiambao included, we also have other guys like Boris Marasigan, Doy Dumo, JC Makalala, who can create their own shots to make FEU rethink about their defense. So, okay naman ako sa balance ng team na yun. And that's something that comforts us as LaSalle fans. Kasi, diba, there are many capable players who can do damage various ways.
Trope actually that after that, before we went on the 22 run in the second and third quarter, Coach Chopek was throwing different things and seeing what's even through Konov against Konate and VJ Pre and si VJ Pre. He took him to school earlier a few times, both rookies, but of course VJ Pre had more exposure this season. I guess he's more game ready. He's really one of the best. I think he's really one of the best players in the league, si VJ Pre. Diba?
Rookie of the year candidate.
Definitely.
Leading candidate.
So therefore, baka siya, UP Diliman candidate na rin siya for recruitment. Taking the rounds.
Pag may tumawag sa'yo, bahala ka na kung sasagutin mo siya.
Oh, yeah,
Basta mag-abang ka lang.
Pre, kamusta?
Anong balita, pre, pag ganyan. Ako, pwede mong isumbong sa DNLG. The joke lang, baka delikado pala pag
delikado yan. What impressed me most, Brian, when we got into 22 runs, what first was our defense, diba? How we turned it up. Our defense was pretty good in this game. At times, FE was just really making shots. They made some good plays. We've been expecting si Dungo, to have a big game for us this season. We showed there was a gem there in preseason, right? And he had his spots here and there in the regular season, but I think now it's his coming out party. 8 points from outside, inside, attacking the basket. What did you make of Dungo finally showing up for LaSalle, and what does it bode for us going forward to the Final Four?
Ako, many people might say statistically that when he scored 5 3-point shots against Adamson, yun yung best game niya. But I would personally say ito yung better game niya than the Adamson one where he scored more. Primarily because how much of a presence he was to our defense. He made sure na mahirapan yung mga kagaya nila Joric Bautista, John Reposaol. So pag hindi sila nakaporma, he had the say in that. Hindi lang siya, syempre marami sila. But at least he contributed well. Kasi diba, I know we don't want to put too much light on the plus and minus, but if you only scored 8 points, but you have a plus 24 on the stat sheet, it means you're doing more than just the scoring. You're helping the team in many ways. And this guy also had a steal and a block. So meron siyang defensive nous. He has that in his arsenal, even if no pun intended. I mean, he has that in his bag. He knows how to defend players, and I think isa siya sa inaasahan din natin because he is that character na lanky, quick, agile, and I think based on how he scored this layup kanina, a big layup at that, to push our lead back to 5. He also has that agile, not just the body but also the mind. So that's his main assets, and it's been shown in full display in this game.
And it really bodes well for us. And like you said, Brian, we have a deep lineup. At any time we can find players who can step up for us. We had players who struggled today. It wasn't really our best game, including KQ. Wasn't his best game, but we had other players like Mike with his big shots, Makalalag, Dungo, Voris had his moments, Josh David too. Giving the studying presence, was really able to take us over the line against FEU. And we really take advantage when against those young FEU teams, against this young FEU team, the core, very young, very inexperienced, and I guess that really played the part in the end game. That's why they were able to execute, so they were able to put the throwback full court press on them.
Yeah, it's just how we remember or how we like to remember LaSalle versus FEU.
Throwback to the early 2000s, diba?
Sana lang wala naman mahanap yung FEU sa atin na ibabala pa. Because we've already had enough of that.
Yeah, you know what, Brian? We would put a full court press on the basketball court. They'd put a full court press in the courtroom, in the boardroom for us.
Yan ang mahirap. Madali sa basketball kasi may oras eh. Sa board, ang daming parameters na
daming parameters yan, di ba? Can only do so much. Okay, Willie is now trying to log on, coming fresh from the game. Let's welcome him to the group.
Of course.
And we have someone fresh from the game. Willie, say hi to everyone.
Grabe, I'm so wet. Literally, because it's raining outside. Biglang may downpour.
Surprise! Wala namang win Ateneo and UP last game, so I don't know. But wala sa forecast yung naman yung ulan eh.
Oo nga, inisip ko, ano ba bang iba na may Diliman? Ay, FEU.
FEU.
Tago pala.
Damay. ano yun, residual showers from their
Residual showers.
from their fig first quarter run. So
Oo.
we were talking about, Willie, what did you make of the game earlier? It was really a close game all throughout, and we had other people step up. KQ didn't have his good game. We sat him down. What did you make of that performance earlier from the Archers?
Whew. Well, siguro for me, this game really shows na if people are saying that KQ is really our sole reason for winning, we can really make the case na, hey, we finally won without him, or for a relatively long stretch of the game without him. Kasi it was a super off night for him. He was getting the looks pero wala, nothing was really going in for him. And it's nice to see the team respond, and it makes it makes even more of a case for us to say na ano, you take one guy out, someone next man up talaga for the team. And you really like to see this kind of effort, lalo na as we head towards the end of the eliminations and towards the semifinals and hopefully the finals. It's nice that we get to constantly see these kinds of games para natetest talaga every, alam mo yun, the team gets tested really, not to, and they're not resting on their laurels, unlike yung isa dyan na panalo naman tayo. So ayun, I was very nervous. Nagka-acid reflux nga din ata ako sa kinain ko kanina sa kaba. Pero ano yun, it was, I never doubted this team naman. I knew they were going to fight back, and ayun, they were able to really hang on and grind it out. And alam mo naman tayo,
Yeah.
mahilig tayo sa grinding out.
Yeah, and we avoided yung mga pass, how if you always likes to play spoiler against us. So we really avoided that this time, di ba?
Oo.
Going back to yung last game ni Juno, going back to all this.
Oo, para medyo
series
na-exercise
against
na natin yung demon na yun.
Di ba? We saw glimpses of FEU, di ba? FEU for, di ba, na early run, di ba? Then we went on a 22 run. I think they thought they were playing Ateneo for a while. Then we went on our own 14-2 run, di ba? To get back in the game eventually and pull it out in the end. So it was a good performance. Not our best performance by any stretch. I was saying, Brian, we shot 7% from 3. Only made 2 out of 26 from 3. Hopefully we're saving it all for Sunday against UP. Diba? Hopefully we're saving our arrows for there. The thing about this, do you think, Brian, there was because you saw what happened to UP, right? Do you think there's a bit of complacency against the game earlier, or it's really just more of the rust factor?
I would say it's rust. May effort naman yung players. If there's anything we can even credit our team, yung turnovers bumaba. It's lower than the season average, diba? It's 50.
We can't have everything. Bumaba yung free throws and 3 points that we had to...
Yun nga eh. Parang bumalik yung poor shooting, both reflected sa 3 points and sa free throws. But actually, looking at the stat sheet now and also in the game, na-confirm nga yung hunch ko, walang impact sa offense si Joric Bautista. Shot an egg out of 9. And normally, Joric Bautista is the type of player that all it takes is just one made shot, tapos alam mong tuloy-tuloy na yun.
Na siya.
Mm-mm.
So actually, as pleasing as it gets, itong laro na to on our defense kasi we can lock down. Yeah, maybe we allowed Konate and Pre their usual touches, but we made sure that the others don't make significant impacts, and that's what happened. And yun eh. Pag malamig ka sa shooting, if your defense is there, then it wouldn't be a big problem towards getting the win. Yun yung isip ko.
We play UP on Sunday, which will be previewing the next part in this latter part of our episode. What does this done? What does this do? What has this done for our, psychological edge? Was it we didn't play our best, but do you think, we won, but at the same time we weren't it won't give us a complacency that okay, we had an easy win, we can take it easy against UP. Do you think That's a good. The win later bodes well for the UP game on Sunday.
I think, it's like parang swerte nga na our team had a wake-up call twice in a row.
Mm.
One from nung Sunday after what
Bangungot na
what
yun,
happened
tawag
to
doon.
Oo,
Kung ano.
bangungot na nga. Ayun, so they saw UP lose and we almost had a taste of that earlier today. So talagang they should be mukhang gising na dapat talaga sila ngayon. Kung
Yeah.
dati, fourth quarter sila nagigising, ito sana na naman, bus ride pa lang papunta ng Araneta, gising na talaga sila.
Diba?
Hopefully, oo. And I think naman na we all know, ano yan, may rich background heading into that second round game against UP. And I'm sure naman as fans, ano yun, we have a lot riding on it din naman personally, na given yung emotional investment din natin. And I'm sure it's even more true for the players na syempre this is already looking like a potential finals rematch again, and you really want to put your best foot forward nga, shoot your best arrow nga talaga. And hopefully nga, yung itong minor setback natin is just iniipon na lang talaga nila or nire-recover pa. Mukhang nilabas natin
Saving the
lahat
best
against
for Sunday.
Ateneo. Oo.
Yeah.
Pero meron pa tayong game against NU, so siguro naman mag-iwan muna kayo ng konti din para sa kanila.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see effort din naman talaga. I'm sure the team doesn't want to lose to UP.
Yeah. All right. So before we go to that preview, I'll put in right now our Diretsuhan hot take of the day, brought to you by Blue Fire LPG. Okay, today's hot take. We see this FEU team, Sean Chambers, right? Much fanfare going into the season. We have promising coach. We see still adjusting. They have a young core led by VJ Pre, like Brian said, Rookie of the Year. Pre. Yeah. Future star of this league, or current star, already a star in this league. Good core with Pasaol, Konate, all these players. Not a great performance in the first round, kicking it up in the second round, making that push for the Final Four. My Diretsuhan hot take, guys, and let me know your thoughts, is FEU will make the finals in season 8-8 next year. If they stay intact, if everything goes to plan, they'll be in the finals next year. I'm assuming tayo yung kalaban sa finals. I'm not going to say that, but I think they'll be there. They might be ripe enough for the finals next year. Brian, what do you think?
Tama siya if they stay intact.
If they stay intact.
Malaman yun
No, kasi diba, we've seen a lot of changes that can happen, and we are also unsure how the competition unfolds. If we are projecting it correctly, FU has the right materials to make it back to the finals for the first time since last decade, if I'm not mistaken, 2015 when they won the championship. That's the last time they were in the final. So 10 years yun, anniversary sakali. Yeah, that's a good case. If they stay intact, if their players are still there and their players will get better for sure. More time to play together. I think there are also a couple of big names that can join this team. Alam ko may isa silang rookie, I forgot his name, but I think our listeners can comment below, who is also highly touted sa team nila. And if he joins a team that already has a good experience playing in the UAP together, then that can only become more threatening. So good siya. Good take siya sa akin. Yun nga lang, if merong isa or dalawang mawala sa team nila for one reason or another, then yeah, or another. Yun yung let's say kasi for example, Patrick Sleet, who was part of this team last year, diba? I actually didn't see him coming to transfer to Perpetual. I mean, I guess the Coach Olsen Rasala connection was there. But alam mo yun, parang if he had stayed, then diba, could have had another veteran presence already in this team. So yun lang siguro yung baka as much as it is a battle on the court for FEU, it's also a battle off the court for them to keep their players. Diba? Parang ganun.
Daming, it really shows how unpredictable the UAP rin is, diba? In terms of recruitment, na you could recruit a player, but you never know where they'll end up in a few years' time. How about you, Willie?
Mason Amos nga, diba? For example.
Diba? Who'd ever see him going to Lasal?
Amos. Pero, yeah, I agree with si Brian na you can make the case na if they stay together intact, they have a legitimate or a well-built case to make the finals next season. Yun nga, give it disclaimer talaga if they stay intact. Actually nga, I think this season, this second round, ito yung the potential, yung performance, how they're playing, ito talaga yung potential that they had at the start of the season na I guess na mar lang because of yun nga they're a young core, yung lack of experience, talaga lack of endgame experience. Pero it's like they were just a few plays in some of those games from winning those games eh. Yung experience factor lang din talaga, but they have the talent din talaga, and yeah, nakakatakot sila next year feeling ko if everyone stays and they get nga if nagkatotoo nga din yung mga magiging additions nila. So yeah, not really a hot take, it's a good take.
I just remember want to put a dissenting view lang. If there's a team that can contend na hindi UP and FEU with LaSalle next year, provided that of course we do what is expected of LaSalle. Maybe it's also a talented team that maybe they just need to make a change somewhere, maybe on the bench. Kayo na lang hala. It's a storied franchise daw eh. Storied university with plenty of championships. More than three UAP championships. So automatically ruled out ng NU, Adamson, NUP. So bahala na kayo mag-interpret kung sino yung team na yan.
Depende na kung anong story yan.
Is this team coached by someone else? Is that possibly it?
Could be.
So, let's see. I would say if FEU makes the finals again, if they play against Ateneo, just don't bother showing up because we know how that script goes already. We've seen that story. Talking about stories, we've seen that story before.
Parang, wait.
Baka story yan, kwentong barbero na eh.
Parang FEU never won a championship pag Ateneo kalaban sa finals, no?
They did 2003.
Ay, 2003. Yeah, that's the only one.
2003.
And bug yun.
The only one.
Bug yun.
Glitch yun. Hindi nakarating yung script. Hindi na-deliver. Wala pang lala move nun eh. Or something. Diba? Despite their best efforts, they won the championship. Somehow. Diba?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Guys, so that was a good win against FU. Not our best win, but still a win nonetheless. 2 more games to go. Our 8th straight win. And before we preview the UP game, let's present our sponsors today's podcast. First, Blue Fire LPG, the only blue that's right for you for any of your business, canteen, or food needs. Call or contact Blue Fire LPG. And also brought to you by Sabe Skincare. Guys, nakaka-stress ng UAP, diba? Tough games, close games. Especially now going to the Final Four, you want your skin rejuvenated and looking good, especially if a feature as a TV like Willie earlier. Always have Sabi Skincare by your side.
Oreo bestie.
Oreo bestie.
Okay, hindi pa rin tayo tagumpay sa Yamaha FlexCam eh. The search continues.
Shout out sa Abadam family. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
You were the extras. You were the background for the Abadam family. Yeah. Okay. Guys, so here's the big one. Sunday, rematch of last year's finals. We play the UP Fighting Maroons. Currently, we're both 1-2 in the standings. UP needs another win to clinch a twice to beat, so that's what's at stake for them. They're coming off a loss against last place at the time, NU, when they lost over the weekend.
Sino na ba last niya?
Hmm.
Ano nga ba?
Baka kaya umuulan dito ngayon. Dito sa may
Baka,
bandang Katipunan.
baka first they get the first pick next year. They can think of it that way. First
Cooper
picks.
Flag ba? Kaya transfer ba si Cooper Flag sa Ateneo from Duke?
Rice Cooper Flag. Diba? Staying blue. Alright. Going the UP game, guys. It's a heated encounter coming from the first round matchup, but it has title implications, Final Four implications. It'll be a championship fueled atmosphere. Both sides will be heated. Before we go into the game, guys, unless anyone listening has been living under a rock or in UP terms has been up in the mountains, remember the the spit gate, Raylan Torres accusing Coach of spitting at him during the game. A game that we won, by the way. Please forget that. They all remember the spitting, but we won by a comfortable margin that game. We pulled away in the fourth quarter. But Raylan Torres accusing Coach Topex. UAP looked into the incident, found nothing, just giving both stern warnings of improper behavior. Brian, Willie, first to Brian. On a scale of, diba, may pinasarang fishball stand, labor strike, wage hike, Mayo Uno, all the way to SONA, how much anger is UP? How angry will the UP crowd be against Coach Topek? What kind of treatment will they give him on Sunday?
I'm just hoping na bawal magkaroon ng FEG sa loob ng Araneta.
Fire hazard yun eh. Oo.
Saka obstruction sa view. Baka mamaya hindi makita ng kasama na naman.
Yeah, if they want to do it, just do it during halftime para may proper monitoring fire officials.
Yes.
Begin their halftime show.
Totoo. Nag-halftime show pa ba sila? Parang ilang games yata nila, di na rin sila nag-halftime show.
Halftime. Hindi na. The irony, that halftime used to be their game time. People used to come to UP games for the halftime. that was the crowd, diba? Now,
yun nga.
Baka masyadong busy. Lapit na kasi CDC eh.
Oo, yun.
Wala nang mas spare.
Ito, now they realize, may basketball pala. May basketball pala to? Before and after halftime. But yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I think yung talo nila sa NU at least would give them the mood na hindi sila magiging as aggressive as they would have been had they won against NU. Kasi meron din introspection yun among fans, among players. Baka instead of looking at this game as a way to take back number 1, ang magiging motivation nila dito is to regain the winning form instead. Parang bahala na kung enough yung win nila to reach number 1 or not. Kasi if matalo pa sila dito, which we have the golden opportunity of doing so, doubts will creep in more. As in, may duda na now after losing to NU over the weekend. And if matalo sila for a second straight game, even if let's say toss-up naman yung game na to, siguro yun, I would like to think that they are feeling the pressure. Hence, baka mawala na yung off-court antics nila. That's what I'm hoping for naman. Kasi ang kinakatakot ko nga entering this game prior to that NU game of theirs was they're probably going to come into this game cocky. Yung tipong, you beat us in the first round, but we have the chance to avenge that and take momentum with us by winning the second round. Don't get us wrong, they can still beat us in the second round, but I think mawala na yung edge nung cockiness na.
So on the anger skill kay Coach Topex, maybe just booze during the mga Mayo Uno. Yeah, yun nga. So, lang. Boo. Bahala na sila mag-effort sa boo nila. Sabi nga ni Coach Topex, that's something you cannot control. What matters is how we can control them. And based on seeing how these two teams play, I think we have enough to control them on the court. How about you, Willie? What do you expect the Coach Topex treatment will be from the UP crowd on Sunday?
Sana bigyan ulit tayo ng reason na mag-spit ng facts ulit sa kanila. Nag-spitting facts na nga yung UAAP statement eh. Ayaw pa rin nila tanggapin eh.
Yeah. And so let's go to that. After the game, Francis Lopez said he already had one eye on this LaSalle game. Kaya tuloy na tayo sa UP siguro. Diba? But, I mean,
Sa
sa
NU,
NU
sa
siguro
NU.
yung UP. Sa NU yung UP. He said this game was personal for them. So I'm sure Coach Gold, our favorite coach, Tom Chua, in his hoodie,
Tom Chupa.
hyping up the crew, diba? Eminem style. They're gonna try to milk that incident. They felt that they didn't get the justice they needed. The UAP didn't punish Topex. Kahit wala naman talaga nangyari. And they're gonna say that they're gonna use it as fuel to motivate themselves. And coming from the press conference of Coach Topex, they're ready to move on from this incident. It's a game. It's a big game for them, but they don't want to bring those external factors in. I was saying Brian and Willie, LaSalle being true to being a business school, diba? It's not personal for them. It's just business. Going to Sunday, and I think that's the right approach they have to take. Using their emotions, making this game a personal encounter for you could go either way. But if you play your game, you're very systemic, very business-like. If you execute your game plan, you're motivated. Just use the motivations in the right way. I think that'll bode better for your team. It's more stable. Allow you to execute better as the more emotional approach. What are your thoughts, Brian, first on the mindset of both teams entering the game?
First, let's discuss LaSalle. Coming off a big win, big win not in terms of margin, but more of securing it in the way that LaSalle did against FEU. Yun nga, magkakaroon na you don't want to take anyone for granted. So regardless if it's a team that plays 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, wala, as in you just play what is in front of you. Alam naman natin the FEU challenge is different to a UP challenge, and the UP challenge is also a different one. NU challenge. What we've seen so far this season is after 12 tries, our team has done well sa 11 challenges na yan. I would even argue yung UE game, the downfall there was you can pinpoint two things. Una, yung uncharacteristic free throw duds ni Kevin Tiambao late in the game. Pangalawa was the poor first quarter. But we saw fight in that team. So parang at the end, even for me, I wasn't too disheartened when we lost to UE. Una kasi maaga pa siya. Pangalawa kasi alam mo naman na the team didn't fold. So there was the character in them to make something happen to avoid defeat. And if hindi nila naiwasan, okay lang. Kasi nagawa naman nila ng way to make amends with that. I think now for the UP perspective, if mag-play tayong devil's advocate, it's quite tricky kasi obviously you want to respond from that disappointing performance against NU. But then you play against a team that some people would say it's 50-50. Na tipong even if you play your best game, you can still lose. So I guess if, let's say, okay, alam naman ng ibang viewers na I have a girlfriend from UP. If I will advise her, like, if she's gonna ask me, if she's gonna, di mo alam. if she's gonna ask me how UP would beat LaSalle, siguro yun, makatulong sa kanila if they just focus properly. Kasi if manggigil sila in the wrong way, I would imagine it would be easy for us to make the most of that over-eagerness.
Yeah. How about you, Willie? What do you think of its personal approach from UP? Is that something that worries you for this game?
Ako, players lang naman. I don't think it's something, siguro, by personal, it's really, siguro parang battle cry nila as players to really put in the effort as befitting of a pangilan na ba, 3-time runner-up. Sorry. Pero
Or two. Could be
or
two with
two.
an asterisk.
Oo.
Yes.
Preseason champion.
Mm.
Pero yeah, I'm not really worried when it comes to the players. It's just na I'm just a bit worried na if you take it into context na with regards to the fans, no, na if si Francis Lopez is saying it's personal, alam mo naman yung mga the UP fans can be, they're very supportive, but they can also be crazy. Not in a good way. Na we've seen firsthand talaga na them taking things a little bit too personal. No, right
University of
after
it's
that first
personal
round
na siya.
game. Oo.
University of it's personal na siya.
Oo. So, yun lang talaga yung kinakatakutan ko. It's not really much on the players. I'm sure they'll play as how, as how a proper athlete should play. Pero it's the fans and how they might misinterpret or take it into their own hands, no, kung ano yung what personal is, lalo well, yun lang naman, kasi the coaches can't control the fans, the management can't control the fans, so if there's an external factor that could throw a wrench into anything in this game, it has to come from the fans, and I'm just hoping that nothing's going to happen on Sunday. Let's just watch, guys. Wag na tayo makigulo. Let's just cheer for yung team. No need to bring in anything extracurricular, no. Mang-asaran na lang tayo. wag na kayong mag-anything na, wag na kayong mag-issue.
Yeah. Brian, one of the characteristics of this UP team ever since is it starts slow. That happened in their first round. We got an early lead, then they would just, in true UP fashion off the court, they love to rally. They do it on the court as well, diba? They have rallying, catching up in games. Do you see that the same thing playing out, and how crucial is it for us to start strong on Sunday?
I always go back to our discussion with my discussion with Gio nung Game 1 finals last year. We cannot afford UP to start strong because when they did, and that was in that game in particular, parang ang hirap na nila habulin. I think we might be able to make a run to come back in the game, but the problem is it might be a bridge too far. So I don't want this UP team to gain any sense of belief, lalo na they're appearing to be down. If there's an opportunity to kick them while they're down, in a proverbial manner to, baka literal na mga tao, then I'm all for it. Kasi delikado sila once they gain confidence. And like what we are harping on throughout the season, this is a likely matchup in the finals. So even if we finish number 1, if they beat us, mahirap kasi pag naglaban ulit sa finals, sasabihin nila, oh, we got the better of you the most recent encounter we had. So sa akin, parang don't let them believe in themselves against us. Parang ganun ng by doing that, dapat ma-maintain natin na slow pa din yung starts nila. Ang problema ko is paano pag nagsabay. But at the same time, as what LaSalle has also shown in their second round games, na we've not also had a lot of strong starts in the second round. I think ang exception lang dyan is Ateneo for some reason. Baka may midterms sa our finals. Hindi natin
for sure.
So,
buong season nila exam week this year.
Yeah, the rest of the season, even Adamson nung second round, we only pulled away no second quarter, ganyan. So, it hasn't always been as straightforward as it was. But for me, mahirap kung ilalagay natin sa sitwasyon na habulin natin yung UP. Not because we cannot catch up against this Fighting Maroons team. It's more of ma-restore yung belief nila, and that's something that I would like our team to avoid.
Willie, what happened in the first round against UP is that we beat them, but there was this question of there was no GD Kagulangan. being Green Hills boys, diba? The prodigal son leaves us, goes to UP. Are you concerned that with this presence, with his skills, with his leadership, will make a big factor, big difference come Sunday?
Mm. Well, ako, truth be told, ano yun, kahit na that was really a sore spot for us, no, na he left. I still have big respect for his game, pero I think us as a team, we have all the tools needed really to contain him. And yun lang talaga, if everyone does their assignments well, no, we are able to contain him. It's not going to be that much different than I think from yung first round encounter natin. Talaga. Uh, Siguro kasi ano yun, looking at how they're doing din naman, if we take him out, then all I from what I noticed din naman, nawawala din yung sense of yung pagka-system nila, baka magde-devolve na lang din into yung mga nag-isolation na lang, minsan nag-go one-on-one sila. And to be fair to them, magaling nga din naman sila when
Nakaka-score pa rin sila kahit one-on-one.
Nakaka-score pa rin sila kahit one-on-one. It's just one of those moments, one of those games lang din talaga. Pero I think even here, looking at our FU game where we were really able to showcase our defense when our offense was shit, at least ito na we can dish it out both ways, both on offense and defense. And I feel talaga na we have the tools necessary to contain anything that they can throw at us.
Yeah. And really more than I think more than X's and O's, this game will be how we manage, diba? Emotions and the atmosphere, how we manage that game. Like you said, if we can if we can be businesslike and play our game, not fall into their trap, whether their style of play or their emotional game they don't want to play, that it's personal, I think we'll have a good shot of winning on Sunday. Brian, last one on this. I want to look at the implications of this game, not really more of the standings, but we've beaten UP 3 straight games, 2 games in the finals last year, first round. How important is this win for LaSalle? I know we'll probably still get it twice to beat. First, depending on quotient, first spot is still likely for us unless we get blown out. But how important psychologically is for us to beat UP, considering that they're also possibly a finals contender, a matchup for us in the finals?
Our players should live up to the champions tag, because first of all, unless someone else gets crowned at the end of the year, champions pa din sila. And they have to set the standard, they have to set the tone, and they have to accept the responsibilities that come with lording the competition. And I think we've seen it naman throughout the season, but this is a team that is eager to knock us off the perch, diba? So, dito ka dapat talaga mag-set ng tone. And if let's say that the players did their best and nagkataon lang na the shots aren't falling, I think that's the only acceptable manner that we lose. But I think in terms of effort, it should always be there. In terms of determination, it should always be there. In terms of concentration, it should always be there, regardless kung ano yung score. I think if you see those things in this game against UP, we'll be happy. And with the way they're playing, if they also demonstrate those characteristics, they likely win. Kaya yun yung hinihiling ko sa kanila. Kasi diba, if mawala yan, you're obviously giving anyone, not even UP, even NU or some other team, if you don't give the game enough dignity and respect, madadali ka talaga, regardless of how talented you guys are.
From a UP perspective, Willie, let's say we beat them on Sunday. That's 4 straight losses against LaSalle. What does that do to you psychologically if you have to face LaSalle in the finals? What does that do for us as well, beating them 4 times straight?
Ako, I think coming from experience din naman kasi we've been through that same situation before. You remember that 2007 semis against Ateneo, no, yung 2 is greater than 3.
Yes, of course.
Kaya yun, that the only time, the best time talaga 2 is better than 3. Kaya natatakot, ano yun, hindi naman natatakot, pero I don't give it much thought din naman na, yeah, we beat you twice, or even going back to the finals last year, we beat them 4 straight times, assuming we win on Sunday. Everyone knows naman when it's the finals, it's a completely different setting and atmosphere na rin naman, kumbaga, ano yun, back to zero kaagad tayo. For sure, the effort, the environment is way different than in the eliminations and in the semis. I dare say na yun nga na it's going to be like a rivalry game against Ateneo na everything you throw it out the window. It's something completely new again. Na of course you take everything from previous games, you take the learnings, you take everything that you've learned playing against them, pero it's still a whole new other series na rin with much higher stakes, and that's you can draw as much as you can from previous games, pero it's a whole different setting na rin na talagang all series na talaga they're going to lay everything all out on the floor, patayan na talaga yun. So ano yun, yeah, completely different na rin naman, and yun nga, yeah.
Okay. Brian, quickly your prediction for Sunday.
Prediction ko, it's not gonna be easy for either side. I'm expecting UP to start quick, but hopefully we score enough points to keep in step. I think they will lead for much of the game, but we just have enough in our disposal to sneak in a win. A 3-point win maybe, or a 5-point win. But I wouldn't be surprised if we couldn't take the win. I mean, I wouldn't want to say that if there's a good time to lose, it's against UP. But kung makakalaban din naman natin sa papapiliin mo kung saan mo gusto matalo ngayon o sa finals, parang mas okay na kung ngayon second round. Kasi pag natalo ka sa finals, regardless of how dominant you are in the elimination round, diba? That's already a 1-0 hole sa finals. I mean, not to say na hindi tayo mag-champion. We already proved last season that the players we have can overturn that deficit. Pero syempre, you'd prefer it to be in a better position pagdating sa finals. So, wouldn't be shocked if they win. As a LaSalle fan, obviously, I want us to win. But it's gonna be close. Really close. Kagaya
in
ng game.
Preseason, you predicted Owen will actually go 0-2 against UP in the elimination round.
What do you think will happen? The UE game talaga changed all that. Kasi I think had we won that UE game, maybe we would have lost the UP game. Kasi parang wala pang test of character. So I guess it was a gift. It was a gift that we didn't really see coming, and at the same time we needed the most. Kasi parang I think from what I've seen from our players, they never took any game after that for granted. And if ganun kaaga yung wake-up call that they needed, I also remember saying dati yung initial hot take natin, diba? When we introduced the segment. Sabi ko na if they kept playing that way, di naman for finals. And I'm happy to be wrong. Pero hindi pa naman tayo sure sa finals. Pero looking like we like our chances going back to the finals. So yan naman yung purpose ng mga hot takes. Pwede nyo balikan actually. Tapos sabihin nyo, uy, mali si Brian dun. Okay lang. Saka na. Basta pag gaganon yung take. And speaking of mga ganyang babalikan, buti na lang pala nanalo tayo against FEU. Kasi sabi ni Gio, di ba? Na we will not lose a game anymore this season. So, kung talo agad sa FEU,
nako. It'll be all Gio's fault. I think magpatato na siya ng mukha ni Mike Phillips dito for saving him this game. About you, Willie? Quickly, your prediction for the UP game?
Yung game natin is in Araneta. Sure win na yan. Alam naman natin.
69 points ba? Is the question.
Yeah, that's the real question.
That's the real question.
Okay, Brian, before we wrap up today's episode, you put this game will have, like we talk about, there's this log jam in the middle. We put out a poll asking LaSallians ever who we want to face in the final or who we'll be facing the final for.
Okay.
Why don't you break it down for us?
Grabe, leading ang UST with 69% of the votes. Open pa pala yung poll sa YouTube community page namin.
Unlike the
Nice, no?
US
Nice.
elections,
Unlike
Nice.
the US elections, tapos na.
tapos na.
Ito ang Quiver Podcast community poll with the question, with the DLSU Green Archers earning a twice to beat spot in the UAP Final Four, who do you think the champions will face in the semifinals? So 69% of the respondents said UST, 15% of the respondents said UE, 11% of the respondents said Adamson, and 6% of the respondents said FEU. Nice, no? Nice for UST. I think kaya nila pinili yung UST kasi at the current state of things, number 4 ang UST. And with Lasal being projected to be number 1, parang yun na siguro yung rational dyan. But how about you guys? If you will answer this poll, may particular answer ba kayo or wala naman? Like, would it matter?
It wouldn't really matter to me. Just hoping to avoid UE. For some reason, UE has their against us. So, and my answer will be has that number against us. So, anyone but UE. And Ateneo, of course, because that means Ateneo made the Final Four. So, ayaw ko rin yun.
Disclaimer pala sa YouTube kasi 4 lang yung option. So, NU and Ateneo were excluded.
It's a nice coincidence.
Vote yun. Kung gusto niyo i-vote, i-comment nyo lang. Bahala kayo.
Wala kaming modified. Hindi siya modified multiple choice eh.
About you, Willie?
Ako naman, I was about to say kung may magic bunot ako, gusto ko Ateneo, pero naisip ko, actually mas masaya kung wala sila sa Final Four. Mas masaya din kung dead last sila. Pero
more fun.
Ako din, same with Kiko. Anyone is fine, but for some reason nga, I'm very wary of UE. Even though they're somewhat in a losing slump, ngayon, no? May 3-game losing streak ata sila ngayon. On a losing streak sila, pero for some reason pa rin talaga when it comes to Lasal, bigla na lang naging finals contender na naman sila. I really want
sila.
Makita mo, bigla na lang, makita mo, akala mo, nag-warm up na pang PB eh, yung mga galing 4-point line, yung mga tira nila, biglang pumapasok. But yeah, anyone is great other than UE.
But me. I think we can all say naman safely that as long as we have the twice to beat advantage, we really like our chances go back to the finals.
Yeah. Kasi unlike another school who's dropping out of the Final Four, we haven't wasted a twice to beat advantage.
Wala nga tayong ginawa, nag-twice to beat tayo nung weekend eh.
Oo nga eh. Hindi nga tayo naglaro, naka-benefit na tayo.
Thank you, pre. Thank you, pre, for putting us.
Thank you.
Thank you, pre. Alright, guys. Other matters at hand for a wrap up today's episode. Big game in the Shaky Super League semifinals. DLSU Lady Spikers beat UST to clinch their final spot. Saying, Brian, UST, it was like kind of a hump we had to get over, right? Coming from last season. And it's preseason, it's Shakey's. But it's always good to get that confidence going to the UAP season.
And then yung women's team natin also, hats off to Vic, Coach Cholo, Coach JR, everyone else part of the team. Big win against FEU, diba? So
yeah.
Let's hope for more wins. Yeah.
Yeah, the Lady Archers had a rough season so far. Not everything went to plan for one reason or another. So, but mathematically, with the win earlier, they're still alive for the Final Four. So who knows? Just play the games and see where things fall, diba?
And right. For so another shout out to another FPA member, Willie Arellano Chiefs. Hulaan mo kung anong record nila.
Nice.
6 wins, 9 losses. So, yeah,
nice.
Good job. If Willie had the choice, they won't be playing for the rest of the season.
Kung pwede dyan na lang yung standings niyo.
Stop the count.
Stop the season. Stop the count.
Yeah. All right. So that's it, guys, for today's episode. So see you. Well, best of luck to the team at Araneta on Sunday. We had the UP Maroons. It'll be a heated encounter. Yep.
And then if you see us pala
Too
in the
bad, hindi
games,
siya sa QPAV.
maybe.
We usually play well sa QPAV.
Oo nga.
We could have,
Oo nga.
we could have games at USD. From now on, Brian, I think we can switch games between
Doon na lang.
USD. We can have game, doon na lang. They can have Araneta, whatever their event, doon kami sa USD. I think USD doesn't like playing there, di ba? Tagasan talo doon sa QPAV.
Yung game nga natin against NU on November 13, parang yan yung mini QPAV Cup.
Championship.
NBA, merong in-season cup. Ito yung ano.
Yeah. I think USD will petition to have their games outside of QPAV already. They won't volunteer that venue anymore. Diba? Kung mo Araneta, I think they'll usually have a second collection during mass sa mga pari nila so they can afford the rent for Mo Araneta. Just don't have it here. Tayo naman will be willing to have it there at any time sa QPAV, diba?
Baliktad.
Oh, okay, tayo doon.
Entrams na yung maapektuhan, sorry.
It's fine. If they have intrams, kung may practice yung silang gawin nila, they can have it at Araneta Moa. We'll take the game in QPAV. We don't mind. Diba? We play well over there. Diba? So, alright, guys. Willie, Brian, you're tired coming from the game. Long day. I think we're going to need the energy for UP on Sunday. So, thanks everyone for listening. Watch out for our UP recap and NU preview coming out on Monday morning. Hopefully, it will be a happy episode with all of us. So we'll be in a good mood for that one. Fingers crossed. So thank you for everyone for listening. Thank you for sending in always your questions, your comments. We really appreciate it. We would love to read on the show. This show isn't really about us. It's about giving us all fans a voice every year. So please send us your engagements. Really appreciate it. And we look forward to meeting all of you, engaging all of you. So catch you for our next episode. Make sure you follow our YouTube and Spotify page for our latest episodes and follow our content on social media as well. So I have Willie, Brian, and the rest of the guys who are still celebrating somewhere in the rain right now. Thank you for listening. And as we always say,
Animo
Lasal.
Lasal.